So water means everything. We have the two mascots here, Hydroboy and Hydrogirl, who will also walk through this presentation with us. Uh, Chennai is in a very quixotic, a very, very ironical, a strange place right now. More because November 6th, what happened? We got battered by hell a lot of rainfall. And then continue through November, December, and even Jan. Just to put things in a little perspective, November 6th alone had 450 mm of rainfall. Now that's the amount of rainfall which comes in entire November, which is the rainiest month in Chennai. I'm sure you all know this little basic data that Chennai has got about, on an average, if you take the statistics over the last several years, which data is available, we get about 1400 mm of rainfall. But this is spread over 60, 65 days in Chennai, rainy days in Chennai. It's a lot more than Bangalore. It's more than many other cities in India. It's more than London. It's more than Paris too. But some of these cities, it's over a larger time span. Opinion is divided. Some say hardly 1%, 2%, maybe 5%. It's definitely less than 10% of this rainfall that is captured, that's harvested, that's harnessed, or that is utilized. Where is the rest of it going? Into Kuvam, into Buckingham Canal, into the damn sea. But it is not available for us. Otherwise, 1400 mm of rainfall is a lot. So what is it that we can do to help the situation? Well, there's a lot of people doing good work on lake restoration, watershed development, like that, check dams, the works. I'll steer completely away from it, leave it to the professionals who are doing that kind of work, and focus on saving water. Drought is the future. Just because Chennai has got a lot of water, because of these incessant rains, we might have a good 2022, copious amount of water available. But the reality is the future is drought. I'm sorry to profess these, it's not like a prophecy of doom, but the future is drought. We all forget what happened 2.5 years ago. June 2019, we had 0 day where Chennai was bone dry. Schools, offices, establishments, hotels closed down. Truckloads of water had to be ferried in from outside, and there were like serpentine queues to get one pot of water. That's it. Why did it happen? Because of deficit rainfall in 2017 and 2018. Why initially I started off saying quixotic, ironic. It's worse than that, really, because whenever there's a disaster, when there's a catastrophe, a depression in the bay, or a cyclone, that is when Chennai gets copious water. The normal northeast monsoon, which is what Chennai gets, is not enough water for Chennai, and there will be a drought. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the future. We have to be prepared for drought. I'm going to again steer completely away from flood, inundation. It rains 60 days in Chennai. It floods for 5 days. Let's concentrate on 360 out of 365 rather than speaking about that 5 days and how the cities flooded. Yes, of course, it causes havoc. The 5 days causes damage for a hell of a long time. The people who live on the banks who are affected. Let's just leave that alone and work on what is it that we can do, because the first thing that happens is health. Spurious water causes health-borne diseases. Food, no water, no food. Economy goes for a toss. And education. India is a youth-centric population. And if they're not educated, the future, my dear friends, is bleak. Now, Rotary does a lot of service projects. And this year, what happened strangely, the district governor requested me to head this water mission as a focus area for Rotary. And what we're doing is creating awareness. It's a long-term plan. It's not going to happen this year. It's just a couple of months we started. But we've put together various options. What is it that we can do to move forward with judicious water management solutions under various headings, which let's dive deep into. The whole topic today is 7 solutions, 7 touch points. So let's just highlight these solutions. First up is an awareness poster. Now, this is a simple poster. Actually, it was first done by IPA, which we developed, we modified, we changed, we got school kids, the alpha school kids were involved in this exercise, and we kind of fine-tuned it to have 16 simple steps of how to save water. You know it, I know it, we all know it, but do we follow this? We don't, sadly. It tells you simple things like don't water your plant middle of the day when the sun is scorching hot and the water will evaporate. Do it early morning, do it in the evening. Don't keep your tap running when you're brushing your teeth. Simple things. But so these posters, if they're put up wherever there are eyeballs, where there's high visibility, in lift lobbies, and bulletin boards, and notice boards, in schools, and show windows, then If somebody catches on to this and does 1, 2, 3, 5, 7 of these, each one of these can lead to 10, 20, 30 liters per day. And you're talking about crores of liters of water, which can, it's just a recall value. It's about impact. It's about a public service message. This is an extrapolation of the old idea where we went to Chennai Corporation. Now the current chief minister is very seized with Singara Chennai, beautifying the Chennai walls. So when we said, listen, put up these public service messages, they welcomed it, saying, come, take all our government buildings and paint it up. And you're doing not only beautifying our walls, you're putting up a public service message. The idea is to actually take each one of these 16, blow it up into large panels, take 100, 150 feet wall of a public health center, a government school, or any of the government buildings where they give us, and paint those city walls. Every cyclist, every pedestrian, every biker, guy in the car, guy in the PTC bus is passing by and seeing a day recall value, impact. He sees it day in and day out and hopefully carries it forward to his home, to his office, and starts implementing this on a day in, day out basis. So that's about awareness. Aerators. Now, this is my pet subject where we've had a lot of success, and I sincerely believe this is one of the key, one of your 7 touch points, which we should concentrate on because it's simple, it's easy, it's effective. To give you a little background and put things in perspective, Ram, to put things in a little perspective, there is no regulation for taps in India. The best of the best makes are available here. You talk about Crore and American Standard and Toto. It's an unregulated market, and these guys, these world leaders, make these taps in Far East and in the rest of Asia, in Thailand, in Taiwan, in China, and give us full bore taps just because there is no government regulation on it. If you Google water sense is the government regulation in the United States. No tap can be sold in US, in Europe without the DIN standards if you don't follow those regulations. And that regulation says a basin should only give out 1 GPM. 1 GPM is 3.75 liters. My own basin, before I fitted the aerator, had 14 liters per minute. I would request each one of you present here after the session is over to just kindly go to your basin, open your tap, measure the amount of water per liter. I wear a hat off and I'm not wearing it now. I'll take my hat off if you tell me, no, I've got 3.75 liters. If you've got 5 liters, you're saving. Let me tell you, it's between 10 and 15 liters per minute from these open bore taps. So you're saving something like 5 to 10 liters for every minute usage. Now you multiply that by the number of minutes a tap is used. A sink is often used for 1 to 2 hours because that's where breakfast, lunch, dinner, cooking, vessels, utensils, washing up. Now, if you save 10 liters per minute into 90 minutes, that's 900 liters. Now, the number of aerators, I'll show you a case study. Okay, what we've done is tied up with Neopearl, where we've got preferential price. These are not discounted costing that I'm displaying here on the screen. This is a CSR cost from Neopearl because as Rotary, you're doing good work, you're doing water conservation. Here are very special pricing. What is Prakash will vouch for this. What he sells in the market an MRP of 120. As Rotary, because we're doing water conservation, we can offer a wash basin tap for 37, aerator for 37, and a sink tap for. Now this, what you see on the screen, this plastic, it's actually engineering plastic like Delrin, goes into the spout where there is a threaded inlet. You just take it out. Many people think there's an aerator there. It's not. It's a sediment filter, mud filter. Take out the mud filter, put in the aerator. As simple as that. I'll show you a little video, which is a case study. So this is for the modern taps. For the old taps, you have these metal aerators. This is actually brass chrome plated. Or for the showers, for example, you take out the shower, fit it before the shower. Or the old-fashioned taps, you fit it before the tap. Same result. 4 liters per minute, 6 liters per minute. No longer spitting out 15, 16. ITC hotel, I showed it to the general manager, 18 liters per minute from a shower. And he was aghast. He was shocked. So these solutions are available. People are buying water. They can reduce their water footprint immensely.